object!
You know, it seems to me you're not in a position to do much of anything right now. Now this has turned into a criminal investigation. As an officer of the Harmony Police Department, I'm the one calling the shots.
Luis, is this really necessary?
I'm afraid so. Now we know that Sheridan's childhood nightmares were caused by a murder committed in the Crane family mansion. There's no turning back.
This is patently absurd. You have no proof that your father was killed in our home.
Wrong again. Dr. Russell can testify that Sheridan remembered everything under hypnosis. Picking up the letter opener, seeing the blood on her own hands, and a dead body being removed from the mansion in the middle of the night. Even the victim's name, Martin Fitzgerald, my father.
Sheridan was just a little girl, Luis.
That's not the point. The point is a murder was committed, and now that we know who's responsible, arrests are going to be made. You ready, Julie? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I know, I am turning into one of those nervous Nelly moms who can't go for 2 hours without talking to her son who's away from home. Look, no, I just wanted to make sure you're really all right.
You talking to Noah? Well, you tell him his old man's getting pretty ticked off at him for not coming home. I don't care how good looking his new girlfriend.
Your father's... Yeah, he heard you.
Good.
And he promises that he'll see us soon. Okay, well, you know what? It is your turn to call next time. Of course you can call collect. Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. Bye.
Honey, will you throw me the bread? Didn't you just talk to Noah earlier?
Guilty as charged, officer.
Don't tell me you're still worried about what the angel told you.
Look, I know that you and Eve think I'm nuts to believe that I saw and that I heard an angel, but I did. And she warned me that our whole family was going to be shaken up because of something to do with your son. Now, unless you have another son out there somewhere, I gotta believe she meant Noah.
I don't believe you, Rebecca. Pilar's daughter almost died in a motorcycle accident, and here you are throwing around the ugliest accusations about Teresa and my son?
I asked her not to bother my daughter, Teresa.
I am going to bother that little gold digger until I get her to admit the truth. Stop it, Rebecca. I think you owe Pilar an apology. Well, she's not gonna get one from me. Ivy, I am telling you, Teresa has been trying to get her hooks into Ethan for some time now. Now, Gwen may choose not to believe that. You should be ashamed of yourself, Rebecca, for putting ideas like that into your own daughter's head right before her wedding. I didn't have to put those ideas into her head. She walked in on Ethan at Teresa's bedside where he was telling her about his undying love and giving her a bunch of unplatonic kisses. That's impossible. My naive little Gwen seems to believe that Ethan was pretending to be some boy that Teresa was in love with in order to boost her morale and keep her from dying from a broken heart. But I know what's really going on here.
You know nothing.
Fine. Fine, Pilar. If that's what you want to believe, fine. But let's just go up and hear it from your daughter's own lips. You see, before you came, we were just on our way to pay Teresa a little visit. So let's just hear what she has to say for herself. We'll catch up with you, Rebecca.
I'm so sorry you had to hear all of this.
Oh, there's no need to apologize, Pilar. Unless what? Well, normally I wouldn't give anything that comes out of her mouth much credence. Just between you and me, I've always found Rebecca to be a mean-spirited gossip. But I can't help but think about something that Eve Russell said.
What's that?
Oh, some outrageous talk about an angel that keeps appearing to Grace Bennett. Supposedly, this angel told Grace about some catastrophe concerning Sam's son. What if she means Ethan?
It seems a bit far-fetched.
I couldn't agree more. What if it's true? What if it has something to do with Ethan's marriage to Gwen? It would be a disaster if anything got in its way.
I understand, Mrs. Crane.
That's why I need to know the truth, Pilar. Is there something going on between Teresa and Ethan?
I can't answer that, Mrs. Crane.
Oh, of course you can't. We need to go talk to the parties involved. Let's see if we can catch up with Rebecca.
Teresa, if Ivy finds out you are in love with Ethan, God help us all.
What do you think he's gonna tell her, Chad?
If you'd asked me a couple hours ago, I would have sworn that Ethan was gonna pick Teresa over Gwen, but now, I don't know. How the hell could he be in love with two women at the same time?
I'm ready, Ethan. Tell me what's in your heart.
Look on the bright side. At least you got Miguel's attention.
Because I look like Swamp Thing, I thought getting wet would make me look beautiful and sexy.
Don't despair. We ditched your sister, and now Miguel is with Reese and not with Charity.
For how long? 10 minutes? Gotta make him see me differently, Simone. Did I get all the mud out of my hair?
Pretty much.
What do you want to do now, guys?
I know. We could put on the hose and take turns spraying the rest of the mud out of your hair. You look kind of like Pigpen from Peanuts.
Don't listen to him, Kay. It doesn't look that bad.
Whoa. Was it something I said?
Whatever happened to Jimmy's sweet Charity?
Hold on, Tintin. Gone to hell in a handbasket.
Listen to me, Charity. They're trying to take your soul. You've got to fight them. Fight what the pit is doing to you.
Too late, angel girl. Charity and her soul are coming with us. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. Charity's powers will be destroyed. Long live mayhem and evil!
What was that?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
You have the right to an attorney. Do you understand?
I understand. This is utterly preposterous. You are arresting me based on the results of some quack hypnosis session during which my sister recalled killing someone as a child. Please!
You covered up my father's murder. You're responsible for removing his body, for lying to Sheridan and everyone else about the events of that night for all these years. Now that makes you and your father accessories to a capital crime.
Oh, I suppose you're going to arrest Alistair as well.
You're damn straight I am.
You really are a few snifters short of the decanter, aren't you, Officer?
You know, I am not afraid of either one of you. For all these years, my father was murdered in your home. You never told a soul. You let my mother, a woman who had given her blood, sweat, and tears to your family for years, cry herself to sleep 1,000 nights, wondering what happened to the man she loved, the father of her children. We were just little kids. And one day we had a father that we looked up to. A father who told us the best stories. A father who taught us how to play catch, how to fly a kite. A father who taught us how to dream. And then one day, he was gone. Without a trace, without an explanation. Do you have any idea what that was like? Do you even give a damn at all?
It's all my fault. I did this to him.
Where's a Stradivarius when you need one?
Seriously?
Louise, I'm beginning to think this is more about vigilante justice than the law. You sound very much to me like a son who's trying to avenge his father's disappearance.
You mean death?
I'm still not convinced he didn't just abandon the whole lot of you. Lord knows I would have run for the hills if you were all my responsibility.
Damn you,
Your big body doesn't attack me. It certainly wouldn't do his already flimsy case any good in court.
Yeah, we'll see how flimsy it is when that day comes.
Think about it, Louise. What judge in his or her right mind would ever accept you as a fair and impartial public servant in this matter? You're far too emotionally involved to make an arrest. Not only are you the son of the alleged victim, you're also personally involved with my sister.
That has nothing to do with it.
Yes, and you're furious because the woman you've fallen in love with, you now think killed your father.
Get lost, Goldilocks. You don't want to be here when the feathers hit the fan. Trust us. It's not going to be a pretty sight.
I won't leave you, Charity.
Hello? Haven't you been listening to what we've said? Charity's not home. She's taken a little hike, and we're the new tenants.
Timmy doesn't know how he's going to live without the sweetest, most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh, can it, you crybaby? The demons are in and Charity's out. And once they get the nice Charity to kill Miguel, you'll never see her again. So you may as well get used to the idea she'll be pure evil.
Are you deaf? Leave us alone. We don't want you here. There's nothing for you to do here. Go away. Get out of here.
Now Charity's talking to herself. I knew she was a nut job.
Oh no, Gwen's mother is here. I mean, she's already suspicious of Teresa. Wait till she finds out what's going on between Ethan and Teresa right now.
Rebecca, I really would like you to think this through. Oh my goodness. This is even worse than I thought.
What is going on? What is Gwen's mother doing here?
Well, she's insisting upon confronting Teresa about Ethan.
Talk about bad timing. I mean, how's Ethan going to choose between Teresa and Gwen now?
What? Ethan's about to tell Teresa which one he loves the most.
Oh, dear God. Mrs. Hotchkiss and Mrs. Crane will both tear Teresa apart. You have to promise me you'll help me protect her.
Of course, we'll do what we can.
Teresa, I want to make this clear once and for all. But it doesn't seem fair without Gwen. This affects her too.
I know that you love her.
Yes, I do.
Are you sure about all of this, Rebecca?
Absolutely. What did I tell you?
Well, I probably shouldn't say anything, but I heard the girls talking earlier. It seems that Teresa took Miguel's motorcycle because she was upset about Ethan Crane.
Her accident was caused by Ethan Crane?
Oh, just calm down. No, it is that Ethan's engaged to Gwen Hotchkiss, and evidently Teresa's really got a crush on Ethan. You know, I don't think Luis knows anything about this.
I'm sure he doesn't. He'd rip Ethan limb by limb. Not that I'd mind, but as chief of police, I'm supposed to keep the peace, not start World War III.
No, what is it with you and the Cranes?
I just don't trust him, that's all. There's nothing new there.
No, it's more than that. I mean, every time we talk about him, I have the feeling that it's something personal. What is it?
Leave now, or you'll wish you had.
Where is Miguel when I need him? If he saw her like this, he'd be mine in a New York minute.
I'm not going anywhere.
girls cause me nothing but trouble.
What about Kay?
That girl's got the worst timing. She better hope Charity's demons don't turn around. They'd make mincemeat out of her.
You okay, Charity? Who are you talking to, and what's wrong with your voice? Maybe you need to go back into the hospital again. Kay, why are you looking at me like that? You really have to ask? What's the matter with you? Nothing. Why? I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I saw you talking to yourself, and your voice sounded really strange.
Did it? I don't know, maybe I have a cold or something.
You can look now, scaredy cat.
Don't call Jimmy any kind of C-A-T.
Sorry.
Hey, why is your hair all wet? No reason, I just felt like washing it.
Thanks for waiting. You are a dear, Charity.
Yeah, no problem.
Your mom just took some blueberry pies out of the oven.
Yum.
You're welcome to join us, Tabitha.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Won't believe what I just saw Miss Pastyface doing.
Probably not.
She's losing it again big time. She was out here yelling at the street in this kind of I know what you did last summer voice. She's a total fruitcake, just like her mom was.
You're the one who's off. To me, I think Charity's fine.
Tabitha, tell me something. Was Charity acting a little weird to you today?
Weird? No, I don't think so.
I can't believe an old lady who carries a big doll around all the time anyway. I'm telling you, it was scary, Simone. It used to just be that I wanted to get Miguel away from her because I was jealous, but now I'm beginning to think he's in real danger if he stays with her.
All right, Kay. Whatever you say.
I demand that you unlock this cuff now and release me.
Over my dead body. Release.
Hey, just give us a minute.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Hank.
Look, just shut up and hear me out, okay? I don't like this guy any more than you do, but he's right. You're way too emotionally involved in this thing. There's no way you can be objective.
Look, that lowlife covered up my father's murder.
Do you hear what you're saying? My father's murder. This isn't just another case where you nab the bad guy and bring him in. We're talking about Sheridan here and her family.
What, you think I don't know that?
Well, it just doesn't seem that you could have possibly had enough time to think about this. You just realized that you're still holding out for a relationship with Sheridan, and you just found out she was the one that killed your father. You can't stay neutral.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, for starters, bring in another cop. You know, someone without an emotional stake. Let me call Sam.
Look, I don't need Sam. Right? I started this. I'm going to see it through to the end. And I'm going to make sure everyone responsible for my father's death gets the punishment they deserve.
Everyone, Luis?
How are you feeling, Mija?
I'm okay, Mama. Now do you believe what I'm telling you? Your housekeeper's daughter has manipulated Ethan to her bedside, and we have caught them red-handed. Where's my daughter, Ethan?
She's down the hall. She had to call her father.
Well, I guess that's just as well. Gives you and Teresa plenty of time to explain exactly what's going on here. Except it seems pretty self-explanatory to me. So tell me, Teresa, just when did you get the idea that staging a motorcycle accident would be the perfect way to take Ethan's attentions away from my daughter?
Cállate. I don't care who you are. I will not have you speak to my daughter that way.
And neither will I. If you have a problem with me, Rebecca, we'll talk about this later. None of this is Teresa's fault.
My, she really has turned your head, hasn't she? Now you're defending the little strumpet.
That's enough.
No, it's not enough. Not for me. My daughter's happiness is at stake here. And I have a right to know. Now, what is going on between you and Teresa?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think things could get any worse than they already were.
Look, Daddy, I know you're upset about the deal, but it's all gonna work out. I promise. Dad, I really need to go. Ethan was just gonna tell me something very important. I'll call you later. I promise.
Tell us the truth, Ethan. What are your feelings for Teresa?
Anytime the Cranes come up in conversation, you get all bent out of shape.
It just rubbed me the wrong way, that's all.
You know, I think I figured out what it is. Ivy and Julian have a son who's younger than Ethan. He's away at school with Noah. I think you're afraid that he's going to come back here and catch the eye of one of our daughters.
I never thought about it, but I'll tell you something right now. It'll be over my dead body. Our daughters are not going to go anywhere near the Crane offspring.
Look, you can't control that kind of thing. I mean, that's how love is. Look at Louise and Sheridan.
Well, I rest my case. It's never going to happen. Look, let's talk about something more pleasant, like, blueberry pie.
Pie?
Did somebody say blueberry pie?
It's coming right up, Reese.
Hey, you mind if we put on the game?
No, hey, I'll turn it on.
I'll keep it on mute.
Yeah, who's playing?
I'll get the drinks.
Thanks, Charity. So, who's for Alamode?
Oh, me, definitely.
That'd be
You better keep an eye on this nut job. Make sure she doesn't slip anything in her drinks.
Okay, now you're paranoid. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Charity.
Right. Nothing few electroshock treatments can fix.
Tabitha, have you been feeding some pie to your little dolly?
No.
Well, he's got pie all over his face.
Oh, so he does. I better wash him off. Watch it, Tim Tim. We've got enough problems without your sweet tooth getting us busted.
That's the least of your worries. You've got to do something about Kay. She's getting on our nerves.
He hates me so much he can't even look at me.
Oh, you don't know that, Sheridan.
What else would he feel knowing that I'm the person that stole his father from him? He loved him so much.
God, you really care about him, don't you?
I tried to convince myself that nothing could ever happen between Louise and I, but I just couldn't get him out of my mind. Somewhere deep down, I never gave up hope that he and I would be together. Until now.
Sheridan.
How ironic can you get? I thought that if I could get to the truth of my nightmares, I would finally be able to have a happy, healthy relationship. I would finally be able to love and be loved. Instead, I'm about to be arrested for murder by the one man that I always hoped it would be with.
It's not over yet, Sheridan. It's obvious that Luis cares very much about you. He's just in shock, honey. We all are.
Look, I know you're trying to make me feel better, Eve, but it's not going to work. Any chance that I thought I had with Luis is over. Forever.
If you won't call Sam, at least get another cop over here to arrest Julian. I'm telling you, man, if you don't pull yourself off this case, it could backfire for good.
Yeah. Thank God you finally come to your senses.
What the hell are you doing?
I already told you. I am placing you under arrest as an accessory in the murder of Martin Fitzgerald. Now, in case you missed anything, I'll start with the Miranda from the top. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
It's a simple question, Ethan. What are your feelings for Teresa?
I really don't know what you hope to accomplish by putting Ethan on the spot.
On the spot? Your son is engaged to marry my daughter, yet he has been seen kissing and whispering sweet nothings into the ear of a family servant.
Yes, we all know what you think, Rebecca. I would like to hear my son's version of the events in question. Clearly, Rebecca is not going to let go of her twisted misconceptions until you put her mind at ease. So, would you mind explaining how you came to be in this seemingly intimate situation with Teresa?
Mother, this is hardly the time or place.
Do it for me, Ethan. I have told Rebecca over and over that she couldn't be more wrong, but apparently she needs to hear it from you. So, tell her. Tell her that your marriage to Gwen is as important to you as it is to the whole family.
Oh, man. Talk about being in a jacked up situation. Hang in there, Ethan, man. Stick to your guns.
No, you can forget it. I mean, even if Ethan was going to choose Teresa, there's no way he can do it now.
No. Don't give up so fast on my man. He's a lot tougher than he looks.
Did he tell you who he loves the most?
He said he couldn't until Gwen came back, but I don't know what he's going to say.
Well, you had better hope he chooses Gwen. Because if he chooses you, God help us all, Teresa. Please, Ethan. We can clear up this entire misunderstanding and just get on with the wedding plans. Just tell Rebecca the truth. Tell her that you love Gwen and you don't have feelings for Teresa.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
Not that you don't appreciate Kay's mean streak, but this thing that she has for Miguel is bound to get in the way of her plans.
Thanks.
Thanks, Charity.
So, I've been meaning to ask. Did you ever figure out how those fish guts got dumped on me at the prom?
Oh, I'm afraid not, sweetheart. We've spent all of our time in manpower trying to figure out how the prom boat sank that night.
But doesn't the police department have divers that would go down to the boat and gather evidence about that ghastly bucket incident?
You know, I saw something like that on the Discovery Channel the other night. They had the scientific team from MIT, and they were studying the effects of water damage on blood.
Excuse me, Reese. What happened to Charity was an unfortunate accident. Thankfully, no one was physically hurt.
Exactly. Why waste time on some stupid little thing like that when there's so much real crime in the world?
Well, ordinarily I would agree with you. It's just, I can't help but think that somehow the fish guts were linked to the other tragic events of the evening. I mean, I really feel that somebody did this to me deliberately. Isn't that possible, Kay?
Hey,
That was awesome.
Turn it up.
Let me turn it up.
Oh my God, she knows what we did.
We? It was you. It was all your idea.
If anyone ever finds out about this, I'll lose any chance of ever getting Miguel. My whole life will be over.
that ought to take care of Kay. If she knows what's good for her, she'll steer clear of things that are none of her business from now on. And if she doesn't, well, then she'll just have to die too.
Do you understand? Each of these rights has been explained to you. Do you understand?
Of course. I understand this is an outrage, arresting me as if I were some sort of common criminal. Not only haven't I committed a crime, I see no real proof a crime was even committed. Where's the victim's body?
You tell me. Wherever you had him buried.
Let me get this straight. You're arresting me for covering up a murder that took place in my sister's nightmare.
It was more than a nightmare. I'm certain it happened.
Well, then if you buy into all this nonsense about letter openers and bloody hands and a body under a sheet, I assume you're going to arrest the person you believe committed this heinous act. When are you going to arrest Sheridan?
I'm sorry, but I can't say I don't have feelings for Teresa.
Yes! I knew we could do it.
I don't believe it. Ethan just signed Teresa's death warrant.
Well done, Teresa. I have seen some conniving gold diggers in my life, and you have won the prize. Ivy, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Me?
Yes, for being as naive as my daughter. You're the one who hired her to bring her into your home to work for you and to have her go on her first date with Ethan to the ballet together. That's probably the first night she seduced him.
No, that's not true. Is it, Ethan?
No, of course not. Like, any more than anything else out of Rebecca's mouth is true. I'm not going to be bullied into saying something that's none of your business.
None of my business.
Yes, it's none of your business. This is between me, Teresa, and Gwen. And as soon as Gwen gets off the phone, we are going to finish our talk in private.
Ethan, you're scaring me just a little. Can't you tell us what you're thinking? So much is riding on your marriage to Gwen, like your entire future as head of the Crane dynasty.
Mother, don't do this to yourself. Rebecca's got you upset. I mean, she shouldn't have done that. But I will let you know my decision after I talk to Gwen and Teresa.
Well, I'm not going anywhere till we get to the bottom of this. Are you satisfied now?
We don't know anything yet.
Of course we do. If Ethan didn't have feelings for Teresa, he just would have said so. The fact that he hasn't means just one thing. Teresa has managed to sink her claws into him.
Well, now that we've taken care of that pain in the neck, Kay, it's time to get on with you know what.
What? Killing Miguel, you dummy. And how do you want to do it, oh master?
Properly, for once. We want Miguel dead tonight.
Poor Miguel.
What just happened?
If Ethan wasn't emotionally involved with Teresa, he would just say so and have it over with. He is holding back for a reason. And I think we both know what that is.
Well, I don't believe that. I refuse to believe anything until I hear it from Ethan himself.
You know, I never thought I'd feel sorry for Ethan Crane. But right now, I wouldn't trade places with him for $1 million.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if he chooses Gwen, Teresa's gonna be crushed. But if he chooses Teresa, I'm not sure either one of them is gonna make it out of there in one piece. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Well, you said you wanted to wait for Gwen to come back. She's on her way. So we finally get to hear about the truth about you and Teresa.
What's the problem, Louise? I thought you could deal with this case objectively, impartially, that you weren't emotionally involved. You're a cop, Louise. It's your duty to carry out the law, so do it. Place my sister under arrest.
It's okay, Louise.
What are you waiting for, Louise? Arrest her. Slap the cuffs on her. Drag her down to the precinct house. Make her pay for killing the father you lost at such a tender age.
You shut up, Julian.
Go ahead. Arrest me. Arrest me for your father's murder.